did they do it? Because they've got the biggest squad of everybody, because they've got the most
Man,
money of everybody, and
no, man.
because they
It ain't got
used
nothing
to
to do
it.
with it, man. It
Because
ain't
they
got nothing to do
used
with it.
to it.
Used to what? What has
Used
Chelsea
to
got? Used to
Young
winning.
players. Yeah,
used
but
to
they've
win
got young
what?
players win.
What's
Used
the
to,
what has
used to
Chelsea
winning
won?
Champions Leagues.
But
Who?
it's
Drogba. Is Drogba playing right now? Or am I
It
missing something?
doesn't matter. It's
No, it does
club
matter when.
mentality, because the three clubs that didn't bring the bacon home
No, 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 no,
are
no.
the three new
That has
kids on the
nothing to
block.
do with the poor. I actually had to watch the game over because
So you say.
I should. Okay, well, yeah, of course I'm saying it for myself. That's who I speak for. Just me. I don't know. I guess that's breaking news. But anyway, I had to watch the game over obviously because I didn't watch it while I was at church doing bigger and better things. However, I mean, am I wrong by saying that the players look like lack of attitude, lack of anything? They couldn't run. They were playing in the altitude, man.
I'm not
What
gonna,
does that have to do with not having anybody to come in the second half, anybody to be substituted? What does that have to do with that?
I'm,
You
I'm,
know,
I'm not saying that they didn't have the right.
okay then.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the attitude in themselves. What I'm saying is the occasion proved too big for them. They froze.
okay, well there you go. There's something to take a to take a look at. By the way, you know.
Well,
I think
absolutely it is.
I,
Yes.
I feel vindicated on the basis that I've been saying it for a long time, that we need to evolve into a possession-based team. Everyone's waxing lyrical when we're winning 4 or 5-0 because we're overpowering teams, and it's all about physicality, running, athleticism. But in these key games, when you've got to break down low blocks, we don't have anybody with technical ability except for Cher, Tonali, and Bruno, and there isn't much deviation from a plan A.
Mm.
And we need that in our next step of evolution. So I don't want to see us signing runners, but this is no different to me. I remember 22-23, a game in the rain at home. We drew 0-0 against Leeds because we couldn't break them down. We've had this every season, but it's never been addressed. And a lot of it is because it's high energy, high intense, press, running, rinse, repeat, repeat. It's got us this far, and I think it's a huge warning sign. In the summer, we need more technical players to be signed. Because if you notice, Jurgen Klopp's quite similar with Liverpool. The whole rock and roll football, yes, but a lot of it was on high energy, intense press. But if you notice, every sort of 18 months, of course, they have more money to spend, but they evolve the team. So now we're in a position with money to spend. I want to see Eddie evolve so that games like this, where it's tight, it's 0-0, there's teams with 10 men behind the ball. We've got that bit of quality to have that incision and break them through, because unfortunately our attacks are very predictable and we can be easy to stop if the game is not open.
Mm-hmm. All right, Gary's been there quiet. So Gary, jump on. What do you think?
I mean, it's been. Listen, it was a tough day yesterday. I was all over the shop emotionally because, you start becoming reliant on PGMOL. If I'm honest with you, because without their Rick, things could have been a whole lot different. £100 million referee fault has saved our bacon. If I'm honest with you. I've just been listening to you boys, and I do apologise for getting on. I've had loads of issues trying to get on the stream. Just would not load for me. So I've had to reboot everything time and time again, but eventually I've got there. Listening to what you guys are saying while I've got you on my earpiece on another system, there's a lot of good points. And I think that the biggest thing I am going to bring in is, and I'm only talking Premier League here, guys. I'm not talking cup games. I'm not talking anything else. You've got Isak, who scored 23 goals. The next closest guy to him is 9. I don't think your problems is dealing with a low block. I think the problems is you're reliant on one person to get your goals. And in any squad, it doesn't matter how good or how deep your squad is, if you rely on one player to go and get you goals week after week after week to get you out of an issue, you're going to come stuck. Isak's been problematic for a month now, probably more. He's not really fired a lot of, goals over the last few weeks. So who we rely on? Then the Harvey Barnes gets moved position because Anthony Gordon comes in. So you're nullifying your next best goal scorer by taking him out of his natural position, and Gordon doesn't perform.
Don't forget to smash the like button. It helps us a lot to keep growing. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, activate all notifications, that way you get notified every time we go live. And don't forget, you can become a member, get exclusive content, access to all of our live shows on demand at the time that you want. Also, of course, giveaways every month, sometimes multiple giveaways a month. So stay tuned for that. Check it out. Help support the channel. It's a small fee. And of course, you help us and grow. If you hate the Mackhams, smash that like button.
To save the bleeding races. When we got the wheel put on, away we went again. But them that had their noses broke, they came back our him. Some went to the dispensary, and some to Dr. Gibbs's, and some to the informer.